I'm Renee Marie Smith with 50TV, a trending 50 web series about the 50 entrepreneurial women in America. We are in the Miami Design District with Susan Westfall, playwright and founder of City Theater Miami. Thank you, Susan, for being with us here today.
Well, thank you for having me.
Susan, back when you started in theater, there was very little arts community here. What inspired you to start as a playwright?
As a child, I went to the Coconut Grove Playhouse with my parents and my uncle, and I was encouraged. I was encouraged by my uncle to write anything.
When did your entrepreneurial spirit take over and you decided to start your own theater?
In my 40s.
You go, girl.
Yes.
You go.
In my 40s. Because the one thing about Miami is you can reinvent yourself many, many times over. And so I thought, well, you know, let's go see what this is about. And darned if we didn't start something wonderful that continues. I mean, this will be our 23rd summer of City Theater producing summer shorts.
Congratulations.
Thank you. My 40s for me were a really extraordinary decade.
Susan, I understand that a lot of your projects start from personal experience. Can you share one of the projects that's touched you the most?
My family has often inspired me, and they often say before they walk into a theater, Mom, is there anything I need to know before I walk into this theater? And sometimes it's a play that's been inspired by them. So there is a play that I've written, and it's called The Boy from Russia. And it is a play that was based on my husband's and my rather impulsive decision to seek a child out for adoption. And it was really a child who found us off of a video. But 4 months to the day from seeing a little 3.5-year-old boy in Russia, we were in Russia and adopting this child in the balmy month of February. But that play, it was produced at Actors Playhouse in Coral Gables and had a wonderful run. And it was about two Americans who believed they were in control of what was going on, working with two Russians who knew they weren't. And you know, there's a lot of stuff that is factually based, and there's a lot of stuff I made up. But what did happen is my sons came to see the opening of that play. And my elder son was already kind of annoyed because the play was called The Boy from Russia. So that wasn't about him. My younger son, who it was about, was very tickled that there was something referring to him. So I had to sit with them before going into the theater to explain that because my older son, I could not have children, again, after him. My older son wanted a bunk bed. That meant that I had to go find him a brother. Oh. And he, in fact, helped pick this child out, too, on this video. So there wouldn't be a boy from Russia if it weren't for the boy from Miami who started us on this journey, which takes place today. Because at one point in the story, the part I made up is that the mother doesn't want to go through with the adoption. And in the quiet of the theater, my youngest says, "Wait, what? Mom doesn't want me? Mom didn't want to have me?"
In the middle of the theater?
In the middle of the theater. My other son leaned over and said, "Well, you're here, aren't you?" Of course she changed her mind.
And the whole theater, because you knew they wanted to hear what was the response going to be to him, right?
Yes, I think the actors held in the moment. This other drama was happening up in the mezzanine. So.
I guess that's why you like live theater. You know, and I mean, I'm just having so much fun hearing the story of this play, and it's obviously why you've been successful, and you've reached critical acclaim for your writing in the plays. What keeps you inspired?
Well, my inspiration is the company that I founded. And what we do, we're the only theater in the country that produces short plays and short musicals.
In Miami?
in the country. We have the ability we'll get 1,000 plays a year. We get 1,000 plays. So we have the ability to put together 90 minutes to 2 hours of work that is such an extraordinary collaboration of playwrights and storytelling and actors and directors, that the audience will have an entire season of another theaters, you know, those traditional theaters that produce from October to April or May. Mm-hmm. We are doing the exact same thing in 90 minutes to 2 hours in a program of shorts because of the exposure of the art. So you'll see comedies, you'll see dramas, you'll see experimental work, I mean, in 10 minutes. But last year, I'm so proud. We did a musical by Lin-Manuel Miranda, mm-hmm. who is, of course, the creator of Hamilton. So people who loved or believed they loved the show Hamilton but had never come to see summer shorts, they came for that reason. So we're always in this position.
Well, you're developing an audience.
Yes, yes we are.
Susan, how do you define success for yourself?
Being happy. My husband will say, and my youngest son will say, you know, the Buddha tells you to choose happiness. So although things can be difficult, I feel like I've reached a point in my age, because I'm 63. I feel very much that my work is still interesting, because I love the people that I get to meet, and interesting in the world of theater. Gender parity is a really huge thing. So the opportunity to be putting together plays by women, commissioning women, hiring women to do all kinds of work in our community is very important to me. Raising them up. There's a young woman working in City Theater right now who was my student when she was 15, my playwriting student at New World School of the Arts. And she has come through the company in all kinds of levels. So that's very satisfying to me, to know within my happiness that I'm making a place for the other unicorns who live here, because there's another generation that is growing up.
So you're creating a garden,
yes,
so that they can come back and tend it.
Yes, their stories are really important, and I often have the opportunity, especially in our school tour, because we will go into schools for an audience of 25,000 kids. We may be the first live theater experience many of those kids have. So when they see our plays, we hire a really diverse company of young actors, early career actors, and I know those kids sitting there seeing a play need to see themselves reflected.
See, you are living proof of trending 50s theory.
Oh,
you have
yes.
been changing the world one life at a time. Thank you, Susan, for being with us here today. This is Renee Marie Smith. Thank you for watching 50TV, a Trending 50 web series. If you enjoyed the video, hit like and share.